my god!
Capturing the action in Airsoft is no easy task, and how you go about stabilizing your footage makes all the difference. From the gritty feel of Handheld, to the organic versatility of a Glidecam, and the smoothness of a gimbal. But which one truly shines in the heat of the game? Let's find out. I make my way over to the indoor airsoft field, Action Airsoft, home to some very tight spaces with multiple firing angles, promoting both speed and precision amongst players. For this great community, today is a regular walk-on day, meaning we'll follow players around during some predetermined missions. But first, we need to set up our equipment. I'm gonna start with Handheld. Quickly set up my rig, which doesn't take much time at all. To weigh it down, I like to use a 150 watt-hour battery. I prefer using a heavier rig if I can, which helps eliminate the micro jitters.
Talk to me nice, ain't about winning, don't talk to me twice. I don't play dice, I'll make a move on the board, it's precise. The fuck is the price? I took a fiddle and dipped it in ice. I took a call and now I'm on a flight. Two-headed knees got a booking tonight. First stop is Atlanta, I got breakfast plans at the Waffle House. Next up is Miami, I'm in South Beach, what we talking about? Show out, we in Brooklyn, I'm on Flatbush and we rocking out. Then a red eye to Los Angeles, got a rich bitch waiting on the couch. Life's gonna try to hold you back. They gon' tell you that you still got time. Minute this good, all fade to black. That's why we run it up. I want more, it's not enough. I ain't come for the runner up. I go in, I'ma win a cup. I go in, I'ma fuck it up. Ain't gon' lose, I'ma level up. I've been down, but I got tough. Hey, run it up, run it up, run it up. Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it man, we was on 100 since run that. Tell me where the lunch at, I ain't eat lunch yet, now you got a front that. Let me get a fronto, let me get a blunt wrap, we was on a one pack, let me get a bust down, let me get an H though, now I feel jacked in. I was on a payroll, this is all back then, oh my, I'ma need a whole pot, sitting on a big yacht, looking at a coastline, lo-fi, bumping on 4-5s, never let a track sit, please play the whole side, whole time, coast off, looking for a cosign, they ain't even close though, put them on a clothesline, yeah. Stoop kid, made it to the roof, kid, so the roof gone now, listen to the proof, kid, yeah. Life's gonna try to hold you back. They gon' tell you that you still got time. Any minute this could all fade to black. That's why we run it up.
I love shooting handheld. Definitely makes me feel involved in getting into the action, which is just so much fun. The intensity is definitely conveyed in comparison to other stabilization techniques. Mind you, stabilization is turned off. It is the easiest to set up. I mean, it's just your rig, and by far the easiest to carry for long hours. I mean, handheld could be good for both static scenes and for conveying action and intensity. Beyond that, I really don't do this for establishing shots that are moving, especially if the mood or goal is to be soft and or non-intrusive. That being said, the instability can be a little bit jarring if you're only shooting handheld. But then again, for efficiency, it's hard to beat. Up second, I'm gonna use the gimbal. Now, setting this up quickly definitely takes some getting used to. I just happen to be using the RS3 Pro from DJI, and I absolutely love this thing. Now, it takes a little bit of time to set up, but if you do it preemptively, then you should have no problems. Once it's ready, it's pretty much fire and forget.
Then I woke up to a chick that ain't complain. Real big goals and my homies want the same. Gangsters moving silence. We been down shutting up the doubters. Fly guys out of public housing. They slowed it betting at 1,000. All them blessings I've been counting. God's work, man, this is God's work. Every single plan, it been God's work. Don't hate what I am, this is God's work. Take it up with the man, boy, it's God's work. God's work, man, this is God's work. Every single plan, it been God's work. Don't hate what I am, this is God's work. Take it up with the man, this is, hold up, blessed up, they can't doubt it. Check the new chick, I be out with. Check the new kicks in the outfit. Shit like a very queer rabbit, be a stylist. All my niggas fly, more flavor than Ben and Jerry. On this ice and this cream, I get in flurries. Give dudes a shot, they think they Stephen Curry, but ain't got no heart to stay in the game, they Eddie Curry. I just got a check, already got gold on my neck. So I'ma take that dough and invest in my kids. To me, that's a bigger flex. Yes.
I do enjoy using the gimbal. It's just something I don't do very often because the mood or the intention doesn't really call for it in an action scene. It does take a little bit of time to get used to. It's not difficult, it's just takes some time to master. Comparatively to handheld, it is a little bit slower to react. I find I can use this best for establishing shots, tracking as well. These are all things that work really well for the gimbal, and that's where this really shines, is smooth operability. However, it still really doesn't get rid of the fourth axis, which is the up and down, which is just something to keep in mind. What's nice is there are a lot of gimbals in that space, so there's so much to choose from, and therefore you're able to figure out exactly what works best for you, and that's really nice as a consumer. Overall, the gimbal's pretty great. I just wish I was able to use it more often. Finally, the Glidecam. I actually miss this thing quite a bit. It is great.
Cover.
Now I'm chilling in the penthouse, living lofty. Pray before you cross me. Shut up while I'm talking. While I run up stocks, you all on my ID stalking. Man, get out my face. Keep on stepping to a king. Yo, you about to catch a fin. Hope you live to see tomorrow. It ain't had to be that way. Go ahead and try to plead your case. I'm just trying to feed a face. Got my family and my crew. I'm just trying to keep it straight. Name your price and we inflated. We came here from out of state. Landlord and this eviction got you feeling out of place. Way back was poverty stricken. Now I kick it with the grace. Call it what you want to call it, but I know it's fake. I really am a diamond from the dirt. It was really perfect timing in a blur. Wrote the record in the curse. Off the record, I had no one to console me when it hurts. For what it's worth, the glass is half full. I'm foolish cause you were right. Doubted my whole life, but that all changes tonight. The price is going up, it ain't what it was in the past. The shoe gets your last laugh. You in danger, danger, danger. Got revenge in my eyes, nah, you in danger, danger, danger. How get even when I beat the odds, you in danger, danger, danger. Man, come on in.
Now there are a number of products online that you can find. This one just seemed to work best for me. It's not an overly complicated system to set up and use, but it definitely takes some finesse. You have to make sure everything's balanced properly, and the more weight you add up top, the more weight you need to add at the bottom of the setup as well. I really don't know how Devin Superchamp throws a red on here with a monitor, but my arms were on fire for 15 minutes of gameplay. It's definitely a lot of fun, and the tracking shots come out pretty great. My only downside is that some of the shots come out a little floaty, meaning you get some roll, but maybe that's something that I need to practice on, and not so much the fault of the Glidecam. So it definitely takes some expertise, like no doubt about that. This is far more difficult than any gimbal I've used. I can see myself using this beyond just the tracking shots, the establishing shots, but also following people around, getting into the action, because by changing how I hold the unit, the more I can make this a little bit more handheld-esque. It's not entirely the same sort of harshness of handheld, potentially, but it still has that organic feel, which I really like. Now, my goal as of late is to find the most compact setup possible. I'm on the field for sometimes upwards of 12 hours, and it requires me to be minimalistic in my setup. I like the aspects of handheld, getting into the action, feeling that grit, that excitement, that energy. Comparatively, I really like the opportunity for opening shots, tracking shots in a smooth way. So I found it really difficult to be able to have both while carrying this on me out in the field. It's impossible. If only there was something out there that did all of these things combined.
Oh my God.
Definitely looking forward to the next one. Cheers.